why would you even want to watch an AI race? Abu Dhabi Autonomous Racing League by Stop and Go F1. Like, the point of something like this is like seeing who's better, right? So like, is it like, you know, ChatGPT versus Grok or something? Like, we're trying to see who's the best racer of the AI chatbot?
So 2 weeks ago, we had the first ever autonomous motor race powered by AI. I watched this race live and I just have to talk about it. So after about half an hour of propaganda, we actually got to see some actual on-track action, which started with an autonomous car versus former Red Bull and Toro Rosso Formula One driver Daniel Kvyat. And as a special treat for Kvyat, they even put the amount of Formula One wins he has on the front of his car. So this was the first time ever that an autonomous car and a normal racing car were on track together competing. And that's competing in quotation marks there. Near the start, Kvyat did look to make the Max Verstappen Abu Dhabi 2021 move on the AI car, but instead went for a much easier move.
In behind, just following that AI car. The car in front does not have a human driver in it. The car behind does, and now the driver makes his way through. That is Daniel Kvyat, takes that inside line.
The idea is interesting. Is it though? I don't know. I was trying to think about it for a bit there, and I'm thinking like, you know, I can understand people who want like an AI show, an AI manga, AI music, you know, I can still understand, but you know, something that's an actual competition, I don't really care about like the competition between AI, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like competition is still fun when it's between humans. So like, you know, yeah, it's like between a human and an AI, so I see that one, but I'm thinking like, eventually I'm guessing that they want to go like fully AI race, but I'm thinking, what's the point? Like, what would even be the fun in that? I don't know.
Gets onto the dirty side of the track, and that is where we thought the move would come.
Or they have to develop the best program. Interesting.
Then Kvyat also demonstrated that if he drove off the racing line really slowly, the autonomous car could pass him.
Showing you how quickly autonomous technology and AI can move forward through learnings from humanity, and in the end helping to assist humanity in making those strides forward. The technology.
Now there are rumours that after the race the autonomous car went home with Danny Kvyat's girlfriend, but those are unfounded at this point. After all this, we got an interview with the world's most nervous man. Then we got highlights of the attack and defend challenge, which was going to show how the autonomous cars are able to attack and defend for position with all the ability of a Formula One driver, as long as that Formula One driver is Lance Stroll.
And then chaos into the braking zone, right into the back of the Polymove car, and that was both of them out of attack and defend.
Overall, 8 teams took part in the race weekend, but only 4 would take part in the actual race itself, which meant that we needed to have pre-qualifying to determine the fastest 4 cars to actually compete in the race. Let's have a look at some of the...
Like, I'm trying to think of like how advanced this is. Like, you know, there's already driving cars. Now, obviously, we know they're not perfect. Tesla or even some of the Chinese companies, like, they often have accidents, you know. But then, like, an F1 track is a lot more open. Aside of, like, the other competitors, there's, like, nothing to crash into. So you just need to, like, register the race on the car itself. You know, it seems a lot more straightforward now that I think about it. Yeah. But at the same time, actually racing, like, telling the AI to actually, like, try to win, try to use technique at the right moment to win, that's the part that's probably, like, hard to do, yeah. It's interesting, actually.
The highlights of pre-qualifying.
Maverick out on track. That's the Code 19 racing car from America with issues, Jolien.
Yeah, that's not gone well straight away.
For Fly Eagle, Fei Ying at the wheel and a little dart there left and right. There's issues there for Fei Ying, the Khalifa University team backing that, and it comes to a stop. Paul Pitts to the right. Okay, first sector into the wall. for Fei Ying. Is that another localization issue?
I think it's the cars telling you that they want to die.
Really going rather slowly. Tentative lap. Oh! Into the wall. Just made it through that last part of the triple right-hander, and it cuts out.
That's an error.
Track Eva, the name of the car. They've been looking quick, and what has happened there? Lock up on the straight, all four wheels smoke. Team Tum out on track again, and they have been fast, but at the moment, qualifying is proving tricky for them.
Well, we know the temperature a little bit cooler, so they've got to be cautious. Whoa, not like that.
Get round in a clean lap. We've already seen them in the wall. Lock up going into the left-hander, all four tyres locked up, and round goes Fei.
So this is a...
I don't know what even happens when this happens, yeah? Like, is it the program just dying? Or is it, it kind of look like someone throwing their controller, It's interesting. Technology.
Another big lockup that they had then down towards the chicane. Down towards turn 5. Can they get the pole position back on this final? They need a good half a lap. Oh no!
Oh, they're off!
Eventually, some times were actually set, and to be fair, at the top it was pretty close. First and second separated by 0.6 of a second, then third place not so far behind, and fourth place only 22.5 seconds off the pace. Still, could be worse. Seventh place was 6 minutes slower, and eighth place never set a time. But now it was finally time for the actual race to take part, and it only took an hour and a half of this bloody live stream to get to this point. Now, going into this, I foolishly expected a standing start, which couldn't be further away from what we actually got. So the start of the race and the first 2 laps of the race were conducted under virtual safety car, which in theory keeps all 4 cars close together for the start of the race. In theory. In reality, the car in 4th place got lost for quite a bit of the virtual safety car and was quite far behind, and then the race itself starts on lap 3 of an 8-lap race. And just as we're about to go to green, the 3rd place car, Haley, comes to a complete stop, and constructor behind it also stops. They are...
I want to laugh, but I guess you need stuff like this until things get good. That's how it is, right? But man, it reminds me of like the recent video of the Russian AI humanoid robot coming on stage and instantly face planting. It's they're not quite taking over us yet, Not quite. But hey, they're working on it.
Eventually able to get going, but that green flag racing we were promised is now gone because another virtual safety car is out because those 2 cars stopped on track.
At the moment, no. The cars are now wondering what on earth to do about each other. So Tum, Haley, looked like it was completely stationary. It still is, and it didn't. You could see the front wheels turning and didn't really know exactly what it wanted to do, and that's because the front pack stopped. It detected it. But now the team need to work out if they can get it going again, and I think they have.
But on lap 4 of this 8th lap race, we finally properly get underway with Eva leading down the main straight.
Unimore car, the team made up of an incredible amount of brain power powering this car, chasing down their Italian rivals. This Super Formula car can't...
But then instantly spins, and Gianna takes the lead, but not before briefly stopping, I guess, to brag in binary about taking the lead. Now, Eva's spin has caused a full course yellow, which brings up a problem that it seems like some of the teams hadn't thought about. Now, of course, in the rules of motor racing, if there is a full course yellow, you can't overtake. But the coding of the cars hasn't told them that if the car isn't on the track, that it's okay to overtake them. So now you have Constructor AI, who is last and is about to be lapped, and Gianna, the race leader, they've come to a complete standstill because they don't want to overtake Eva, who has span off the track. Which leaves us the unlikely hero of Haley. The car that stopped as the race was about to start is now the only car on track that is actually moving. It's moving at a very slow pace, but it is moving. And if this car has been programmed correctly and can overtake cars that have spun or stopped on track, this car is about to take the lead of the race.
It's about to start. What now? Can it do it? The issue they had are not so bad. As you said, it's early development. This thing was so overhyped that it's only natural to make fun of it, yeah. I'm guessing they really promised an actual race, full speed, full intensity or something. And this is what it turned out, you know.
Here we go. Come on, Haley. He who is last shall be first. From the ultimate underdog to finishing the story, achieving the dream for autonomous vehicles. Oh, it's also stopped. Okay, it's stopped as well. I'd like to take this opportunity during the lull in the action to say that I've seen a few other YouTube channels, and granted they're YouTube channels with a hell of a lot more subscribers than me, but they have been paid to say that this was actually really good and the future is here. I didn't receive such an offer, but if anyone's watching, I would be open to the offer. You know, if you want to give me quite a bit of money, well, not even quite a bit, you know, just like a little bit, and if an event like this was to happen again, maybe put me in a nice hotel and, you know, fly me out, and I'll say it was great too, if that's a option available for the future. You know, there you go. So there was a red flag now, and the cars drive themselves back to the pits, apart from Eva, who went to the wrong pits. And then the autonomous marshals got the car onto the autonomous truck. Oh, no, sorry, they're just real. They're real people. Okay. Now, I know I've been taking the mick here a little bit, but the technology on display here is actually quite impressive and is far, far, far more advanced than anything I could ever dream of understanding. But the thing with this in general is it's just not ready yet. Now, I did hear that the teams who did the coding on these cars were only given 2 months to get this to work, so the amount of work they've actually done in that little amount of time is quite staggering. To get
Yeah, okay. That definitely changes things. I mean, that's the kind of thing that would take a lot longer, right? I mean, it took like 2 or 3 years to go from the Will Smith eating spaghetti video looking terrible to it looking good. So, like, yeah, we give it more time.
Get to this point, apparently their first few laps of the track, they were putting in lap times of like 10 minutes, and now we're putting in lap times which are more acceptable. But still, they should have been given more time, and there should have been a few test runs of this event before it was shown to public. So if little things like the cars can't overtake cars that have spun off the track under yellow flags, if something like that was to happen in a test run, you can iron that out in the coding before we show it to the public, because what's happened here, after making us wait an hour and a half to see this race.
I mean, it's the same thing with the recent Russian robot video, right? Like, you know that there was some investor or something pressuring them to do some kind of public showcase when clearly the thing is not ready, and the instant it comes out, it just face plants. You know, it's like, I guess with a lot of stuff like that, it's the investor and all that beyond telling them to go faster, to make a public showcase faster, when clearly, I'm sure, the engineers themselves know that it's not ready, but, you know, they're giving you the money, so you can't say no. You've got to try to do it.
For, you know, the start not to happen until a lap later, and then when it does start, this happens. This is not a good advertisement for the technology. It's not a good advertisement for the racing. It just makes it all look like a joke. And there's people who worked really hard on this, and they deserve better. And I think they haven't been given the best chance to put their best foot forward. Anyway, here's Alex Brundle interviewing one of the cars. So now an 8-lap race has been turned to a 6-lap race, meaning we have a 1-lap showdown for the win in Abu Dhabi. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. Oh, God.
For this race, and Verstappen sets after Hamilton. Is it going to be a first World Championship for Verstappen? Is it going to be an 8th World Championship for Lewis Hamilton? Where can Verstappen try and get past Hamilton? First overtaking zone is normally down into turn 5. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now snatches the championship trophy from Lewis Hamilton.
No, Mikey, no, Mikey, that was so not right.
And at this moment, it looks like it's going to go the way of Max Verstappen. Mercedes not happy. Red Bull will be delighted. They have shared a brilliant championship battle, but the championship can only be won by one, and it's going Dutch in 2021. Max Verstappen, for the first time ever, is champion of the world.
So,
Wow.
There we go. That was the first ever autonomous race. It was a bit of a mess, but it does have potential to eventually maybe be good. And once again, if the people who run this want to fly me out to Abu Dhabi, put me in a really nice hotel and give me some...
Alright, I'll pause here. You already made that joke. Yeah, no, okay. I mean, you know, I still feel like, you know, while it's interesting for the advancements of technology, I do wonder if, like, you know, a lot of this is some companies thinking that they want to make some kind of full AI sport, right? And at the same time, I was just thinking that, you know, there could be some stuff that's interesting. I was thinking of, like, you know, stuff like battle bots, right? Imagine battle bots, but with, like, actual AI personality and tactics, I guess, yeah, not controlled by someone. That could be fun to watch. Racing, I don't really know if I would care that much, but at the same time, you know, with AI getting so good, it could be like trying to watch a race where everything is like beyond human capabilities. So like trying to see the literal fastest that a car can turn at an angle while not flipping, because the AI could calculate that, I guess, or something. You know, there could be some interest in this, but yeah, right now it's definitely not ready. I mean, I don't think anyone is surprised. Especially if they were given only 2 months to do it. That seems like the obvious final result.